and welcome to Business Matters, the show about people behind businesses that help make Tacoma a great place to live and work. I'm your host, Mike Work, and today our guest is Dan Hulse, owner of Terra Organics. Welcome, Dan.
Thanks, Mike.
So your business is about putting fresh vegetables, greens, and all kinds of good food on people's front doorstep.
That's right.
Here in the community.
Yeah, we do primarily home delivery of baskets of fruits and vegetables. A lot of those are grown locally, but we do operate year-round, so we source from areas outside of Washington,
right,
the Northwest.
Which is really unusual. I mean, this kind of business usually focuses on locally grown produce that comes to the doorstep, but now it's raining, it's stormy, and you're still delivering things to people's doorsteps.
Yeah, I mean, there's you know, the nature of the seasons around here, it makes it really difficult for farmers that are doing fresh market fruits and vegetables to have a year-round source of income. So early on, we decided that was really important to us. We knew that it would just be a more sustainable operation if we had a steady stream of income year-round.
So during the summer, you're more of a traditional community-based gardening sort of or farming business outlet.
Yeah, so the community-supported agriculture model is typically a member will buy a share in one particular farm's harvest for the year. So they'll pay up front kind of on a subscription basis and then share in some of the risks and rewards of that farm for the year. So we kind of adapted that model, like I said, to suit our needs. We do have a farm that's based in Ording. It's called Tahoma Farms.
Okay.
And so during the season, a lot of the vegetables that we supply to our customers are coming from our own operation, and then we supplement with produce from other farms here in Western Washington. We get a lot of fruit from Eastern Washington, and then during the winter months, you know, we go down to California and work through distributors and other farms down there.
All of it organic.
All certified organic. Yeah.
So if I am at home, and this sounds great to me, and it's winter. I mean, it's stormy, and you're still getting these vegetables and greens in organically, both locally, because there are some local produce?
Yeah, there is. I mean, it's pretty limited.
Like, what are some examples of what I could get locally?
You know, if you're lucky, you'll find some hardy greens, like collards, kale, cabbages, but it's mostly root crops at this point in time.
So we'll get some of that, potatoes and carrots and things like that, but you'll also bring in fresh stuff from California to round it out. Yeah,
we do give people the option. We have a selection that really focuses on eating locally year-round, so that if you want to just eat roots and you know, support all the local farms, that option is available. Yeah.
So how do I sign up?
Yes, so you go to our website, which is www.terra-organics.com, and there's just a short little sign-up process that you go through. You select the box type that you're interested in.
Box type, is that how big, how much you get?
It's how much, and it's also the variety. So I mentioned that there's kind of the all-local option. You can also just do fruits or just vegetables. You can set your delivery frequency, so whether you want it every week or every other week, if you want any eggs or anything else to come with your order.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so, and then that's it. You know, you kind of sit back, and then we do all of the work behind the scenes to source the product, bring it into our warehouse, and then deliver it out.
So from a business perspective, that's really, I can see you have your where your product comes from, which is pretty unique, and then you have your website is the basis of your business, and then there's a distribution mechanism that goes on. It sounds like there's a fair number of things to keep tabs on there.
Yeah, it's you know, kind of a fast-moving. I mean, there's always moving parts, you know, in keeping things afloat.
How many employees do you have?
We have about 10 employees right now.
So you have delivery people? So, and then warehouse people? And
yeah, production, people that are actually, you know, pulling the orders and getting them ready to go. And then administrative, you know, office staff that deal with customer service and
billing
orders, inventory,
processing, all those things.
Yeah.
So where do you spend most of your time?
Most of my time is spent in the office here in Tacoma, and you know, it's putting out fires. I mean, it's just kind of overseeing to make sure everything's still moving, I guess.
So the farm, Tacoma Farms, is your own. So you also have you have part of your company that's managing and farming.
Yeah, I mean it's actually run as a separate business out there, and it's only we just finished our second season out in Ording.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we're growing on 40 acres right now.
Wow.
And then there's kind of a whole separate staff. Manager, a couple managers that live on site out there.
Okay.
So it's, yeah.
That's a related sort of business, and you don't use a hoe yourself. You're in the office.
Yeah.
What about your other distributors, your other farmers? How do you tap into that? Is that what you do? Is go out and just check them out?
Yeah. Before we started Terra Organics, my wife and I was working for an organic produce distributor that was kind of on a larger scale, delivering to grocery stores primarily. And so, that's really how I made some of the connections that I did with other farms.
Oh, interesting.
And then there are the wholesalers, that we work with that have a reach beyond our own. So they're working with the farms in California, and
I see.
So we trust them and partner with them to bring in the product during the off season.
So you don't have to go out of state to find these other farms. You have good distributors.
That would be nice, if I got to travel all around to source mangoes out of Mexico.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I'm ready.
That would be fun.
So it's a really interesting sort of business model. It's pretty unique. How many customers do you have now?
We have about 1,300 active customers that are in King, Pierce, and part of Thurston County.
Wow, so you have some range there. How do you get into a business like that? What made you decide to make the jump after working for the distributor that you were working with before, to go into your own business?
Well, at the time that I first started working with the distributor, it was on a part-time basis. I became really interested in the source of the product. I noticed, early on I could tell it was a very dynamic business in general.
Dynamic as far as?
Well, just the constantly moving. I mean, you're dealing with a very highly perishable product,
right.
So there's a very short window at the time between the time that it's harvested and then, shipped on a truck to some distribution center and then shipped out to the customer and then, to the end user.
There's a lot that has to happen fast.
Has to happen fast. That's right. So, I was interested in that whole system, but really focused on kind of the production side of it, and wanted to be exposed to organic agriculture. What is it that makes this different from conventional agriculture? So I got a part-time job at Terry's Berries, which is a favorite local farm, right off of River Road. And that's where I met my wife, and she had been working there kind of as a production manager for a few years.
A farmer.
A farmer, she was,
Yes.
And
still is, I assume.
Yeah, yeah. So she was interested in striking out on her own, and things clicked with us, and then we built this business model on a couple of other similar businesses that we had seen in operation elsewhere.
I see.
So yeah, combining some elements of kind of the milk routes and the convenience of home delivery, but with this model that's focused on supporting local community agriculture, and that's where we are today.
How long have you been in business now?
We've been in business about 6 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Delivering groceries to people's doorsteps.
Yeah, we were in Enumclaw on a small farm there for 3 years. And then that was just a lease situation. So we decided, we need to focus more on the distribution, home delivery business. So we moved our operation to Tacoma, and then we knew that at some point in the future the land piece would fall back in place, and we'd have a land base to work, to be able to control the production and really. Be able.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a whole business component to this that probably has a lot to do with your website.
Yeah.
and some phone sort of interaction. But how did you develop that aspect of the business?
Well, that's interesting because we're actually transitioning to a new platform today. This is kind of that we're going to go live with all of our customers.
So all those watching the show who are going to want to come and get vegetables now will test it out for you. So that's great.
Yeah, I think that they'll be really pleased. We had a customized platform before that was just limited. You know, it wasn't giving us the sort of tools that we needed to manage our business efficiently, and then it wasn't a great interface for the customers. So there's a new business that is called FarmEgo, and they've developed a platform exclusively for businesses like ours.
So there are companies out there who understand this niche of business and create product for you. So it made it pretty easy to select and build on.
Yep, and it's now kind of fully customizable. So there'll be a lot more options for our members to go in and move contents around. You know, get exactly what they want in each delivery. Yeah.
So looking ahead, what do you see in the future? What are the next steps? You've got your new platform. It'll make customers happier. You're looking to expand your business. What's in the future?
Yeah, well, we're really comfortable right now with sort of our network. We don't really see expanding beyond North Seattle, the East Side. I mean, this sort of 3-county network that we have is good size for us. So yeah, we're gonna focus a lot on just fulfilling the potential, realizing the potential of this new platform to give existing customer base best experience possible, and then work on promotion and getting the word out, increasing our density so that we're able to make more stops in a small geographic area.
Yes.
So that's key to the success of our business. And we've done some work with schools. There's a farm to school movement afoot.
Fresh products into the schools.
Yep.
That could be lucrative, I would think.
Well, yeah, yes and no. I mean, the schools, like so many state institutions, are pretty tight on the budget these days.
And that's a challenge.
That's a challenge, yeah. But the volume that they can use in a week or a day. It's considerable, and the fact that there is a focus on getting healthier foods to the kids is something that really aligns with our own beliefs and philosophies.
And I'm really glad you're here supporting local farmers, making it possible for me to get fresh produce locally grown to my doorstep. You're making me hungry. I love my vegetables and greens.
Let's go eat some vegetables.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
All right.
We'll do that, and right during this break. But we'll be back after this break to dig into some economic gardening.